Okay, in this video, we're going to dig into the multitude of appliance brands and explain to you what's really going on in the industry on the part of the manufacturers. Brand confusion is rampant, and in my view, it plays to the advantage of the manufacturers to have lots of brands which are actually all the same behind the scenes. That improves market share. Now let's take a list of all of the significant and some insignificant brands and go down them one at a time, and let me give you a little bit of behind the scenes insight. Amana, originally made by the Mennonites out in the Midwest, bought by Maytag. Maytag was subsequently bought by Whirlpool. Asco is a minor brand along with Bosch and Decor. They represent a very, very tiny part of the market. Electrolux is a behind-the-scene brand that has taken over a lot of the American leftover brands. Electrolux is a British company. Fisher-Paykel is out of New Zealand, believe it or not. And Fisher-Paykel's claim to fame is the two-drawer dishwasher. Frigidaire is part of the Electrolux family. GE is a key player. Hotpoint is GE's builder line. Haier, I can't tell you anything about. That's a very minor player. Kelvinator is a very old name that's been taken over by Electrolux. KitchenAid is Whirlpool's upscale brand. They bought it from Hobart maybe 15, 20 years ago. Kenmore, of course, is Sears' name. Used to be Cold Spot on refrigerators. And Kenmore, i.e. Sears, doesn't manufacture anything. They buy all of their goods from GE, Whirlpool, LG, and others. LG is a Korean brand. LG Gold Star, it used to be called, made a lot of electronic stuff, and now they've started exporting appliances under their own name and also through Kenmore and Whirlpool. Magic Chef is another old name that was taken over by Maytag and subsequently by Whirlpool. Today, if you buy a Maytag, it's a Whirlpool. Miele is German, very minor player. Roper is Whirlpool's builder line, kind of their cheapie, along with Estate, which you'll see once in a while. Samsung is another Oriental manufacturer that's beginning to market its own name, but has been coming into the States under Kenmore for quite some time. Sub-Zero is a West Coast boutique brand, difficult to deal with. They sell very high-end refrigerators, $5,000, $7,000. Viking started out as an old range manufacturer, and they're trying to get into the $50,000, $60,000 kitchens with their huge stainless steel ranges. I've actually seen a Viking refrigerator. Lord knows who made that. Westinghouse is another one of the old U.S. brands taken over by Electrolux. And then, of course, there's Whirlpool, the big boy on the block. And then Wolf is another minor player. Let's go down the list here and highlight the key guys, that being Electrolux and GE and Whirlpool, and eliminate the names that they use as marketing names. Now let me give you a sample here. Here's a Maytag front loader. As you can see, it's virtually identical to the Duet, Whirlpool's Duet. It has a few different lines and a little different top, but inside the machine is identical. So let's knock out these extraneous names and get you to the key leftovers. And here's what we're left with as the real manufacturers. Of those manufacturers, a number are tiny, insignificant. Personally, I refuse to work on Fisher Paykel and Dacor because all I've had is troubles. And that costs me at least 2 service calls a year. Big deal. Bosch and ASCO, I see one every now and then. I have troubles getting parts. Haier, LG, Miley's a German one. Now, LG and Samsung are getting to be reasonable players in the marketplace behind Whirlpool, Electrolux, and GE. So let's knock out the really minor players, and we're left with a few so-sos, and then finally, these are sort of the custard's last stand brands. And there they are. These are the ones we need to concern ourselves about. They may come through on 20 different names, but these are the key players in the marketplace.